Overflows. Enlightenment, the realization of innerness. The awakened one comes like a prince in your life to remove the magical spell of conditioned ignorance and thus wakes you from your deep slumber. Enlightenment is realization, not revolution. When the flower blossoms, it realizes its innerness. Mysteries of the unknown as beauty, fragrance, and splendor are released. It is not divine revelation, instead, it is divine realization. Realization of who and what you are. With realization, emphasis shifts from who to what, and the difference is immense. Indeed, divine revelation means something objective. It is as if God is revealed to you. You see some God, but you are separate from Him and He is separate from you. Enlightenment is finding that there is nothing to find. Enlightenment is realization that there is nowhere to go. Enlightenment is the understanding that this is all. Life is total or perfect as you call. That is it. Enlightenment is not an achievement. Instead, it is an understanding that there is nothing to achieve and nowhere to go. You are already there. You have never been away. You cannot be away from there. God has never been missed. Maybe you have forgotten, that is all. Maybe you have fallen into sleep. Maybe you were in deep hypnotic sleep. Maybe your story is that of the sleeping inner beauty. Fascinating like the princess, you fell asleep under the hypnotic spell of ignorance and ego and lay asleep in the unconscious layers of your mind. Bushes of conditionings grew around the palace of consciousness. Maybe you have fallen into sleep. Maybe you were in deep hypnotic sleep. Maybe your story is that of sleeping inner beauty. Fascinating like the princess, you fell asleep under the hypnotic spell of ignorance and ego and lay asleep in the unconscious layers of your mind. Bushes of conditionings grew around the palace of consciousness. It was mentioned that when a prince will come and kiss the princess, the spell will finish and she will wake up from her long sleep. The same is happening to you. The awakened one comes like a prince in your life to remove the spell of conditioned ignorance. Such is the story of enlightenment. God is not separate from us or from existence. I believe in God who is creativity. I do not believe in God as a person. Instead, I believe in godliness as a quality. Enlightenment is divine realization. You realize that you are God, and realizing that you are God, you realize that everything is godly. The only God exists and nothing else exists. In the stones, trees, birds, rivers, mountains, and the people, whether they know it or not, the same principle, the same quality is hidden at the very center of each being. Enlightenment is becoming full of light that you can see your own center and realize your hidden godliness. Then you are embodiment of a scriptural injunction. Isha permeates through the entire cosmos as the only cosmic energy. This makes a lot of difference. When you consider God separate, then you are only a puppet. You can never be free. How can you be free of the Creator? He created you, and why did He create you? at a certain moment, not before. Enlightenment is the realization that I am not just a mortal, I am not material either. I am divine, divine within my heart. Deep within my heart, God is alive, and what is happening to me is happening to everyone else too. The existential energy that pulsates within permeates through the entire cosmos, sentient and insentient. There is a difference between one who is enlightened and the other who knows what enlightenment is. The enlightened one has recognized his inner being. That is why he is enlightened. And the others are fast asleep, but there is no qualitative difference. Those who are asleep may wake up any moment. And in this eternity, it does not matter whether you wake up today or tomorrow. It does not matter at all. You can wake up early in the morning or late in the morning. Eternity is available whenever you wake up. You are free to choose when to wake up. You are free to choose. If you want to have a longer sleep, then turn over, pull the blanket up, and enjoy sleep a little longer, because it is God who is enjoying it. Certainly, one day you will have to wake up. Do not be worried. There is no need to disturb God if He wants to sleep a little longer. And sooner or later you will wake up. How long can you remain asleep? One day you have to wake up. Enlightenment is waking from deep slumber. It is coming to consciousness from a state of unconsciousness. It does not need God outside. Over the years, each time the message of Buddhas overflowed, the need was there to preserve the message in as many forms as may be possible. But it never happened, as the time was not right. In Diamond Sutra, Subti asks, Buddhist scriptures are very long, and it is Anand says, thus he begins each scripture, whether it is Diamond Sutra or Heart Sutra, Prajna Paramita Hridayam Sutra, or any other. Thus I have heard. I have heard. So I am not interpreting it. Whatsoever I have heard, I am writing it. So Subhuti asked Gautam Buddha, will there be any being in the future period? Will there be any being in the future period, in the last time, in the last epoch, in the last 500 years, at the time of the collapse of good doctrine, who, when the words of Sutra are being taught, will understand their truth? He's talking about us, that Buddha spoke. Will there be, after 500 years, or at the time of the collapse of good doctrine, when these words of the sutra are being taught, will understand the truth? So there will always be, just as the Newton's law of gravitation happened once, and in every situation, every century, every decade, there are teachers, there are those who understood the law of gravitation or the theory of relativity of Albert Einstein well, and they can explain. Buddha said, do not speak thus, Subhuti. Yes, even then there will be beings when these words of the Sutra are being taught will understand their truth. For even at that time, Subhuti, there will be bodhisattvas, and these bodhisattvas, Subhuti, will not be such as have honored only one single Buddha, nor such as have planted their roots of merit under one single Buddha only. So the people who will be coming, they will be bodhisattvas. They will be enlightened one, not enlightened under one master. Instead, they will have not such as have planted the roots of merit under one single Buddha. They would have encompassed the entire Buddhahood, the, the realm of awakening. On the contrary, Subhuti, these bodhisattvas, when these words of the sutra are being taught, will find even one single thought of serene faith be such as have honored hundreds of thousands of Buddhas, such as have planted the roots of merits under many hundreds of thousands of Buddhas. Known they are Subhuti to Tathagat. And he is asking, Buddha says, they are all known to me. Known they are Subhuti to Tathagat through Buddha cognition. Seen they are Subhuti by Tathagat with his Buddha eye. Known they are Subhuti to Tathagat, and they ask, Subhuti will beget and acquire an immeasurable and incalculable heap of merit. Therefore, Subhuti, listen and well attentively. There will always be masters. It is not certain, it is not necessary they will be connected to one path, one Buddha. Instead, they will be coming with connected to many heaps of awakened one, enlightened ones. Buddha, the Buddha being the energy field that the enlightened one has created, shall continue to act as a catalyst in the process of transformation of human consciousness. The Buddha being the energy field that the enlightened one has created shall continue to act as a catalyst in the process of transformation of human consciousness. When the gates of heaven open, Buddha opened, he refused to enter until the entire existence, sentient and insentient, attains to enlightenment. The indomitable energy of enlightenment shall continue to act as a catalyst ere long. The indomitable energy of enlightenment shall continue to act as a catalyst ere long. Enough for now.